Hey guys, CryptoPaw here with my beautiful girl Marlene. She knows what's up. Anyways, so we had actually come across this story that happened about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, actually, Catherine told me about it.
Yeah. So
my
so
friend
I
told me
mean,
about it.
yeah. So then she told me, but I didn't really, I guess I didn't hear her or whatever. Anyways, the point is, we came across a story, and it was a pretty crazy story. So just to give you guys a little overview on it, and then you can kind of give us yours, and we'll kind of discuss that a little bit ourselves. But so the premise of the story was that there was this mother who was having, I guess, some issues with her daughter. Apparently her daughter was an autistic girl, couldn't speak.
She was a nonverbal autistic girl.
Nonverbal autistic girl. Yeah, couldn't speak. And apparently what they said was that eyewitnesses saw her dragging her, through cars and stuff, eventually looking for a car. She found the car, right? Got in the car, locked it. The guy tried to stop her, or at least ask her what's going on. She didn't really respond to that. She just went, supposedly kind of running over his foot, so obviously really just trying to book out of there. She parked it near the Hillsborough River, right? And from there, eyewitnesses boldly say they saw her dragging her daughter, right? So taking her over to the river. I'm assuming holding her down, and just the girl screaming and all that stuff, and just she ended up. That's it. They couldn't hear nothing else, and they said supposedly they saw the hands and some bubbles or whatnot, and then the city was gone. So some people went and actually checked and all that just to make sure they were seeing what they saw, but nothing.
They couldn't find the little girl or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually they ended up finding her around 4 p.m. when they did a search. Helicopters and police and all that went out there and looked for her. They found her. But anyways, the whole thing is that the mom drowned her little girl. Yeah. And I was wondering, well, did that lady have some kind of mental health issue, or was she just purely evil? Did she love her daughter at all, or did she just want to get rid of her because of her autism? Like, what was the reason that she did that? I mean, it's pretty terrible. Yeah. I think it's a really gruesome story, and I didn't really even want to talk about it after reading the report. It's
details
really bad, yeah.
Of the story. So, well, I mean, I was a little more kind of interested. I want to ask, and see how you guys kind of felt about it. It's not too far, from us. It's in the Tampa, right? The Hillsborough kind of happened. The Hillsborough, right? Hillsborough
Mm-hmm.
River, like we said, Hillsborough area, Hillsborough County. So it was definitely, something a little closer. And not only that, she was saying, kind of what was going on there. I mean, me personally, honestly, what I think is that the lady snapped, right? So maybe she really didn't want to deal with an autistic child anymore because of possibly the work that goes into it. Because obviously a child with problems has a little more issues.
Either way,
and
people saw her doing that and nobody stepped in. And funny enough, there was another story that we had just heard about just last night about a girl who was being live streamed raped.
Oh,
people were there, nobody stepped in, all they did was live stream it. So how do you guys feel about, things like this going on and nobody really just being like, hey, what are you doing? Stop that. Stepping in, saying something, taking action. Like that's the part that kind of like baffles me. It's like, wow, why is it that if someone even thought that this lady was doing something as crazy as dragging her daughter into the river, why didn't anybody stop and ask questions and be like, hey, what are you doing? We're not going to allow you to do that.
Or why didn't someone run up and drop kick her in the fucking chest? right?
Something.
You know what I'm saying?
Same thing
So
with that other girl.
right.
I
So
mean,
exactly. So and that's and I agree. I agree with that 100%. And sometimes it's hard to say why that doesn't really happen. You know, you look at it in that scenario. I mean, you think as a person you see, you know, dragging off a child, or even if it doesn't matter, it's a mom or whatever, dragging the child towards a river. There's a water, screaming, and people are like, yeah, what's going on over there? What's happening? Like, you know, there's a problem already. That's not even like, oh, look, you know, the kid doesn't want to get out of the water, or you know, she doesn't want to get in the car. No, she's dragging her out from the car into the river. Like, that's already and another witness said that she heard the mom scream too. So you know, probably most likely what it sounds like to me is a scream of frustration, like, Sid, I'm done with you, you know, and that's it, like, to put her out, and now I've released myself from this burden. This is what I'm assuming myself, but yeah, absolutely. And this other scenario that Marlene threw out there, that was one where this female, 17, she was, according to the stuff, a virgin. And this guy, she'd gotten drunk, and she was in the room with this guy, and this guy pretty much, hey, started kissing her, got on top of her, and she was, you know, hey, no, I'm not really feeling comfortable. But even before that even started, her friend, her friend that was 18, started live streaming everything that was happening. So
even worse, on a porn channel or something like that is what you said?
It was a channel that I guess you could stream those things. I don't remember the exact name. It starts with a P, Paramount or something like that. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Whatever.
I don't think it was that.
Well, I'm not saying like a major, whatever.
Yeah.
It's some social place, I guess. But I'm assuming more of that is allowed, where you could live stream, you know, maybe pornographic stuff. Anyways, the point being that she set it up. Like, she set up the camera to live stream her friend essentially getting raped. Like, that's what it was.
Instead of calling the cops, instead of doing something. And she only got 9 months, by the way. The guy, he's going to go to jail, to prison for like 9 years.
9 years.
She only got 9 months. I think she should have gotten more than that, because she's supposed to be her friend and didn't do anything to stop that from happening. And only, you know, what she did was put her friend out there for everyone to see what was going on, which is terrible.
And that's really the thing too, because you know what? Don't get me wrong. If, let's say, that situation was happening anyways, and you know this girl was getting raped, that's a sucky situation. But damn, this girl put it on live stream.
Yeah, and to have somebody seeing it instead of helping you, all they're doing is just putting you out there for everyone else to see.
So imagine then her response to the police when they asked her, hey, you live streamed this, you had hundreds or thousands of people even watching, I mean, why didn't you do it? Why didn't you call the cops? And her response was, I was doing it to put attention to it because, yeah, this was wrong. However, I got so many likes on the video that I decided not to do anything. So imagine the mentality you need to have. Honestly, I mean, I think this girl needs to get probably fucking double of what this dude got, because even though this guy, he's obviously a total piece of shit, dirtbag, you know, he's garbage, because imagine, he even says it in the video, stupid enough, he pretty much convicted himself, because he's like, well, in the beginning we were already talking how it's cool, but then right before she's like, no, I'm not comfortable, during she's saying, no, it hurts, stop, and afterwards she goes, why did you assault me? So pretty much, no, stop raping me, you just raped me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous. Like, the guy was a total piece of shit, and I'm glad that he got all those years, and he's gonna be you know, whatever, probably on that little list and everything. But her friend, again, I mean, I think this girl should get double the time of this dude, because really what happened is she pretty much set up her friend to get raped. She set him up, set her up for that. Pretty much put all the pieces in place, almost like the puppet master, right? Puppet master of rape, apparently.
Yeah, so, I mean, she was a terrible friend. Usually your friends
terrible person.
Are the yeah, exactly, a terrible person, really. Yeah. Because your friends usually look out for you, so if you're a little tipsy, you had one too many, I mean, usually they're there to look out for you to make sure that something like that doesn't happen. All she did was start recording her from even before the rape happened.
Oh yeah.
And then during and everything else. I mean, it's a terrible thing.
So she knew it was coming. I'll put it that way. She definitely knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Because she started the live stream beforehand, so she knew what was gonna happen. But absolutely. So those are two different stories that we heard that were insane. It's crazy, and really it boils down to kind of what we even said. Like, hey, the witness or the passerby or whatnot, what's going on? Like, why not to jump in and like, hey, stop that shit.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times you'd be surprised how that works alone. People are like,
just
oh shit.
like, what are you doing? What's going on here?
Yeah. So
we're not gonna let you do that. That could really stop a person.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. From raping, from killing, from all kinds of stuff. If you just like, hey, what are you doing here? They'd be surprised. They might just run away. Mm-hmm. So I would say, I mean, what do you guys think? You let me know. Why is it that so many times people just decide to do nothing?
Yeah, just look the other way.
Just look the other way when they know very well, and then when they're confronted about it, they just say, "Well, I knew that something was happening, but it wasn't really my place," or whatever the case may be. But you guys, let me know why you think that even goes on. And again, why not just go up to the person and be like, "Hey, fucking, what are you doing?" So you tell us. Let us know what you think about these two videos. And again, like, subscribe, notifications, of course, so that you get all the videos that we upload. And again, suggestions are always fantastic, but comments are always great. We're trying to always hit them back and see what you guys have to say, because we're very interested. We have these discussions, and we are very interested to know what your opinions are, and just on these stories and any other stories that you could think of, and let us know about it. We'll be more than happy to talk about and just kind of discuss them, okay? So, alright guys, that was fantastic, and we'll see you soon. Later.